Good morning and welcome to day 2 of IMTS 2016. I'm your host, Emilie Barta, and this is IMTS Today, where we will change your perspective today with Steve Miller, who is the marketing gunslinger for the Association for Manufacturing Technology.
That's right.
Steve,
Resident
welcome back.
Thank you.
So
Thank
good
you.
to
I can
have
see
you.
the sun rising over the Illinois mountains right now.
The Illinois mountains, the lake of Michigan.
Enjoying the morning sunshine. Yeah. Hey, hi Emily. We're back
Steve.
again.
We are back again.
You know, if it's an even number year, it must be IMTS.
And
so,
you know what? This IMTS is bigger and better than even before.
I'm worn out, and it's only been what, one day?
Yes.
So, yeah, it's big. It's
It
big.
is
It's
big.
way bigger than it was last time because
Yes.
a lot of stuff's been added this time.
A lot of stuff has been added. Not only do we have a brand new hall, North Building, Hall C, but we also have a brand new pavilion, the Additive Manufacturing Pavilion, which can be found in North Building, Hall B.
B.
But that just makes it even
B.
more difficult,
So you got
possibly.
N. Yeah, I know. And the
More
hall,
difficult for attendees to navigate the show floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
because
we're
there's a
talking
lot
to you.
more
We're
floor
talking
to
to the
navigate.
attendees. You know, we're talking to the attendees on when they come here because the exhibitors are here. You know, they're going to go plant themselves in their booths and they're waiting for you to come and see them, right?
You have to go see them.
And, you know, but the thing is, this show is so huge that you have to be so smart about your time and your goals and who you want to see and being efficient. You know, there's so many. There's you know. There's the West Building, the East Building, the South Building, the North Building, you know, the lower level of the North Building, the NC level, like you say, the B level,
C level,
or C level, and so it's imperative that when you come here today, and hopefully we see you guys here today, that you have already looked at the plan, the floor plan of the show. You know exactly who you want to go see, and
You go see them.
you go see them, right? Because not only do we want you to go see the exhibitors, obviously, but we hope that you will also make the plan to see all the other stuff too.
Absolutely.
You know.
And there's so many exhibitors, over 2,400 to be exact.
2,400.
That's more than last time.
More than last time, and over 1.3 million net square feet of space.
Which is more than last time
that
as well.
does not, you know, a lot of people, when they hear stuff like that, they're like, well, that's funny numbers. What does that mean, 1.3 million? It sounds like it's big, but to give you an idea of how big it is, when you go to a trade show, when we think about the size of the trade show, we don't even add in the aisles. The aisles are not even included in those numbers.
I know that statistic.
You knew that.
I know the statistic.
Yeah.
If you walk up and down every single aisle on every single floor hall of McCormick Place here at IMTS 2016, over 15 miles. So everybody's definitely going to get more than the amount of steps in that they need to,
15
right?
miles.
Over 15 miles.
Wow.
Every single aisle of every single hall.
So
That's a lot, but we need to let the attendees know how to navigate those aisles.
you know, the best way to navigate the show is to obviously look at your list of the types of products and services that you're looking for. You know, do you have any problems that you want to overcome? Do you have any machines you need to replace? Do you have any specific types of technologies that you want to see? In addition to seeing what's new and all that, do you want to compare suppliers? Well, they're probably going to be in one central location, for example. You know, we have, even though there are all these different halls, you know, there are also pavilions within the halls.
Yes.
And the pavilions are kind of categorized
Very
by
categorized.
technology, product, that type of stuff. So you can look into the halls and look for ways to be efficient by going into a specific hall, say the West Hall, and then you look at the floor plan of the West Hall, and then map out a walking plan. You know, where you are going up and down the aisles and you're trying to be more efficient. And as simple as that sounds, you can't believe how often I see people and they'll have a meeting with somebody, say, that is a mile that direction on the, did I hit you in the face? No. And over in the other hall. And then they'll set up another appointment, you know, way over on, say, the west side, I mean the east side.
But you know what, Steve? If they did that, they can get there quicker by using the IMTS tram.
That's right.
Yes.
I actually took that tram today.
It was really efficient and convenient, wasn't it?
It was very,
And you get a breath of fresh air.
and you get a breath of fresh
You
air.
do.
Depends on who you ride with. But
And it even does
not
operate
the-
in the rain, but be sure you have a raincoat
it's
on.
not going to rain this week. This week is nice. It's going to be it's nice all week as far as I'm concerned. And so
It's
you've got
always nice in Chicago when IMTS is
so
here.
obviously being efficient with your time is very, very important. We want you to be successful with the exhibitors as well. I'm going to give you a tip about that. So I'm going to talk to you personally. No, that is when you are in an exhibitor's booth and you're talking to them, make sure that you are controlling the conversation. And when I say that, the way you control the conversation is by asking the questions. Now, exhibitors, if they're good at what they're doing, then that's fine. It'll work for them. But there are a lot of exhibitors here, a lot of staffers here who have never worked a show like this before. They've never, been anywhere around it, and they tend to do the talking. They tend to do the telling, rather than listening with you. And if you let them do that, well, guess what? It's not just that it's a waste of time, but it also takes time out of your day. And if you're going to be here for, say, 2 days, if you come in today and you spend 6 or 7 hours on the show floor, that's a long time. Well, if somebody takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes of your time by doing all the talking, then you are losing the opportunity to be able to go over and talk to somebody else. So it's simple stuff like that.
Well,
that
take hold
you
of the
pay
conversation.
You think about that stuff ahead of time, so you're a little more proactive.
Yeah, take hold of the conversation and ask the questions that you want answered and get the answers that you're looking for.
What types of questions should they ask? I'm actually just doing that to show how asking questions controls the conversation.
The kind of questions that they should ask are questions that will help them derive at the solutions to the problems that they are currently having in their existing workforce.
What she said. So what else?
So after they take control of the conversation, where should they take that conversation?
There's something that's very important here, and that is obviously you want to talk about your situation, right? You're asking questions that are going to help you, and at some point you're going to reach a point in the conversation where you either want to continue this conversation, but you can't really do it here.
In the booth.
Here at the show. And so you're going to say something like, okay, well, we need to continue this after the show. And when you do that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reach a mutual agreement with the exhibitor on what that next step is going to be. Because a couple of things happen here. One is that exhibitors are notorious for poor follow-up after the show. And it's not all of them, but unfortunately there are just too many of them.
Majority.
It's too many, right? It's too many. So as one attendee told me one time, by taking control of the post-show follow-up, you are being the adult in the relationship. So, sorry exhibitors, anybody watching. And so you want to be able to control that. You want to set up specifically what's going to happen next, when it's going to happen, who's going to be following up with you, and then and set a deadline. You want to have a deadline so that they are actually doing it. And then you need to take the notes. They're going to scan your badge and all that stuff, but you want to take the notes yourself so that after the show, because if these people are important to you, then you're going to want to make sure that if they don't follow up with you, that you follow up with them. So
well, and the benefit to the attendees shopping on the IMTS 2016 show floor is being able to do competitive shopping because all the major players are here, and if they're not in the same pavilion, they're at least in the same building. They're nearby. They're nearby.
Yeah.
So how can the attendees use that to their advantage when they've got option A right here and option B right here and maybe even option C right over there?
Well, it just speaks for itself, is that you do have that advantage. And there certainly are a lot of situations where competitors are right next to each other, right across the aisle from each other. And, you can just go in and just say, look, I don't have any allegiance to anybody. Whoever helps me the best, depending upon what the result is that you want. And I'm not going to say price or anything like that. I'm just saying what's important to you is that you say, look, here's what I'm looking for. And you lay out kind of the criteria for what you expect from a supplier. Yes. Right? And it might be something as simple as saying to them, okay, whoever does the best follow-up, who's really on top of this, the best after the show is over with, probably will get a gold star, next to their name, which gives them kind of that leg up on whether I'm going to be working with them. Because business is built on trust. And if I can't trust you to follow up with me after the show, well, then why should I do business with you? And you can use that with everybody. And that in itself kind of gives them all the incentive to follow up with you.
Right, because it's not just buying a product, it's not just utilizing a service, it's creating that symbiotic relationship.
What does symbiotic mean?
Working together for mutual
I'm just
benefit.
asking questions. Notice how
He's
control
taking control of the
conversation.
conversation.
See how
This
that
is a
works?
perfect.
I don't have any idea what symbiotic means.
But it's role playing. It's showing you exactly what you need to do.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
What else can we tell the attendees of IMTS 2016 to help enhance their experience here?
Wear comfortable shoes. As stupid as that may sound, think about it, 15 miles of aisles. Well,
Plus.
you're going to walk, a couple miles easy.
Easy.
And this is no place to be trying to, this is not Chicago Fashion Week. Okay, so don't worry about that. Women especially, leave the high heels at home. Okay, and some of you men too. All right, so.
Well, now, so we've mapped out our plan. But don't you also find a benefit to just kind of wandering around and seeing what jumps out at you?
Well, yeah, if you have time to do that, of course. What I would suggest is obviously you want, if you're in the pavilion and there are a group of exhibitors there that might attract, might be possible suppliers for you, you want to see the main ones that you've already researched and studied ahead of time. And then, of course, go walk by the other ones, and if anybody catches your eye or anything specific catches your eye, then you want to make time for them too. But boy, oh boy, we got so much stuff to see here.
Yes, we do.
Besides the exhibitors, I mean, obviously we're talking about the exhibitors because that's the big reason to be here, is because you want to talk to the suppliers who are going to help make you more successful. But there's a lot of cool stuff here at the show.
Yes.
Tell us about Amy.
Amy is the
Tell me about
3D
Amy.
printed house that you can find in the Emerging Technology Center,
This is a
which is
house.
located in
3D.
the entrance to the North Hall. You seriously can't miss it, and that's such a great thing about IMTS. Not only can the attendees go to the exhibitors to find solutions for their problems, but they can go to the conferences to advance their intelligence about the industry, and they can go to all of the attractions sponsored by Gardner Business Media or sponsored by GIE or put on by AMT, where they can see the
SME.
future of manufacturing.
Every acronym out there is here this week.
They are.
Yeah, but that the house is over in the Emerging Technology Center.
Yes.
And there's so much to see over there. 3D printed cars. 2 years ago we had a 3D printed car built right here by Local Motors called the Strati, which was the very first 3D printed car in history or something like that.
Yes.
And that was so much fun to watch, just being made right there on the show floor. But to tell the truth, it was still a very rough, kind of rudimentary looking type of car, because 3D printing of that scale was still rough, and it had to be done over 6 days, and the size of it and all that sort of stuff. But now it's 2 years. It's 2 years later now. 3D printing, additive manufacturing, is so much more sophisticated now. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And like you talk about the house, Amy.
Yep.
All right, and Amy actually stands for something.
Additive manufacturing integrated
Elephant.
environment. No, we don't have an
Not
elephant. We have a house.
It's a big house.
It is a big house.
And there's a race car or a sports car. There's a Jeep. There's another large. I mean, it looks like something out of Mad Max or something. I'm not sure.
Well, there's so much.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And so you've got that. You've also got, and as I mentioned, Local Motors, who is a great partner for IMTS, has been for many years now, and they have a location down in the north. The
North Building, C Hall.
C Hall, where they are featuring Ollie, which is
Yes.
an autonomously driven vehicle.
Yes.
In other words, no driver.
Self-driving.
Self-driving. You get to go in. You have to sign a waiver, okay? Because there is no driver. All right, but I haven't taken that ride yet, but I'm going to go take it tomorrow.
Absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much to do here,
Yeah.
Steve. So why don't we let the attendees get back to their experience? Should we let them?
Okay, time to go.
All right. Well, that was Steve Miller,
Thanks
the
for joining us.
marketing gunslinger.